Alright guys, well, we're gonna set up the seeder. Looks like I guess I need to adjust you can adjust your rings to keep your cultipacker tight. My cultipacker's loosened up a little bit. It's all on that side. See how I've got some spacing there? But, well, I guess I have some here too. I guess I need to tighten that up. Anyways, I think I've gone over this before, but on a larger seed, you want to have your seed cup in this bottom notch. Smaller seed cup is there, closed is there. So if you watch in there, that comes up, and then that little lever comes up, and then you can go all the way up. I don't think I've ever had to run it all the way up. I mean, actually, that might be a thing for Bermuda because it's so small, it might keep it in there a little better. But I like running it in the bottom notch when I'm running larger seed. And if you go off your chart, fine blade, 10 pounds per thousand. We want 10.1 pounds per thousand. I'm on the high side, so set it at 80. I set mine at 70 because a lot of times I'll kind of overlap heavy. That's just the way I do it. I usually get really good coverage that way, but that's what we're gonna do. We've got some TriStar seed. I generally don't run them. I run a different supplier, but these guys have been trying to sell me seed for a long time. So this is their Tri-Mix is what they call it. It's got 3 different types of fescue in it. And then I've got a cheaper landscape mix. This is a 70-30. It's got 70% fescue, 30% ryegrass. This is straight fescue. So I'm gonna get my fescue to pop, or I'm gonna get my ryegrass to pop with this. With my ratio, I'm gonna have, I don't know, 15-18% ryegrass, and then the rest will be fescue. It is the beginning of May. We're gonna get hot here in about a month or so. This yard is irrigated, but we want the ryegrass to pop to help give the fescue a root system to grow into. It is perimeter irrigated, so everything around the driveway about 30 foot out will have water. Everything else will not. So like the septic system won't and all that. We do have a lot of rain coming, but thing with ryegrass in Kansas is when it gets hot, it'll die out if you're not irrigated. So we just don't typically put tons and tons of ryegrass. I don't know why they put 30% in there, probably to make it cheap, because it is cheaper. But anyways, I'm gonna get this blended up. I'm just gonna put 2 bags of that, 1 bag of this, mix it by hand and run it. So hang out and watch the video. Alright guys, turned up. Don't have to run this at PTO. We're filled up with Jason's Special Blend. Through this ditch, drop the seeder maybe coming out of this thing. We're set on 70, the setting's 70 on the high side, meaning if you go back and look at my videos, you can change the low side and high side of the seeder. I always seed on the high side just because I need the pounds per thousand. My front tire almost along the driveway. I'm hoping I can fit. Hopefully I'm not blocking you guys' view. I'm trying to give you a different view right here. I'm hoping I can fit in between my valve box. I can. I thought that I spaced that out far enough when I did that. I do wish I had a wider seeder so I could get up next to a building a little closer. What I do is I usually get out and I hand spread some seed. I want to get a good gauge on. I want to make sure I'm putting down the right amount of seed. So I usually do an area, get a pretty good idea how big that area is, and make sure that we're not putting down too much seed, because I usually don't bring tons and tons of extra. Turn with the seeder on the ground. I wouldn't turn real sharp, but you can steer. fine. It was just, oh, straw bale. That's what it was. I felt something. I was like, I thought I agreed with that. I didn't go all the way back to that straw bale. There's a half-dead straw bale back there. I say half-dead, it's like rotted. And I do not have the spike wheels in the front set very aggressive at all. I probably should on some of this, but it'll be alright. That's about as tight as you want to turn right there. And I probably tore that up a little bit. It's back around the corner, it'll be fine, but you don't want to do that in turf overseating. You'll tear it up. Bare ground, you're alright. This is probably about a third of the project, so I should have a quarter of a bin left. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if I had half a bin left. That's kind of what I'm shooting for after I see this is about half the hopper. It's looking pretty good out there. It actually looks a little heavy, so I'm starting to get nervous, but we'll go with it. I mean, should be good. Probably need to get a pass out there about the street. And I don't know if I am what you would call a pro at seeding, but I have been doing it for about 20 years, so if you guys have questions, I guess let me know, and if I can answer them, I sure will. I've got a lot of experience with the Landprides. I would like to get a Woods Precision Super Seeder for multiple reasons. But I've got a lot of experience with this Landpride. I'd much rather seed with it than hydro seed anymore. I used to hydro seed a bunch. Looks like it's gonna rain. I mean, my phone had rain. Everybody told me I was crazy, and then it went away. I think it's coming back. Because it does look like it could probably rain. I need to slow that 3-point up a little bit. Might be over, no, I was about to say I might be over the property line, but I don't think so. Where I was backing up at. These rebars came out of the ground. I try to keep my job sites clean. It's difficult sometimes. Yeah, this is probably a third. There's not much in the back. Most of it's over there. If I have half of it, we're way good. But it does look heavy. I don't know why it looks heavy. Probably because I didn't bring any extra seed, and I usually bring extra seed. You didn't want me to bring a specific amount and not go over a certain dollar amount. You can either do it or you can do it right. I think you'll be fine with what we're doing, but it'd be pretty nice if you just let me do my thing. It'd look pretty good in here. See, here's some thinner felt like I'd overseed this whole front yard. He wants to save a little bit of green over there. Not seeded. It's thin and it's brome. It's got silt in it where the dirt pile's silted down. I don't know. He'll watch this and be like, why didn't you just tell me no? That's what you want. I did what you wanted. Didn't do what I wanted. You shouldn't pay me to do what I want. You pay me to do what you want. Yeah, I could probably make it. Well, over there it's dusted up a lot better. See, I could move the spike wheels forward, get a little more aggressive in this stuff that I really didn't prep real hard, and it would churn it up a little more. But the ground's pretty soft. It's in pretty good shape to seed, so. Right through this center of this thin spot. I just can't bring myself not to do it, because it should be done. We'll go down this gas line, then we're going to go back and check, see how much seed we got. Cross your fingers. I'm nervous. It looks like we're a little heavy. Making my brain hurt because I know where I need to be seed wise. Right down this. I'm running up the pass up here since we're over here. And that way, if we are running heavy, we're down here by the seed. See what we got. What do you think we have? Oh, and I got a video of the seed cups working. So if you guys want to see how the seed cups work. Oh, what I'll tell you, if we had half a bin, we're way good. Dang it, I was nervous. I was nervous. Very, very nervous. It looked, for some reason, it looked a little heavy, but I've been seeding a bunch of different stuff this year. A lot of Bermuda. I'm trying some Bermuda grass. But yeah, that's about half a bin. So we're good. We're set really good. All right, guys. Well, here is our seeding project done. And it probably won't show up on camera. It probably looks like beautiful blue skies, but here comes rain. Everybody, my weather app on my phone said it was gonna rain. Everybody said, oh, you're crazy, it ain't gonna do nothing. And I think it showed like 58% of a quarter inch of rain here at 1:15, and it is 12 o'clock. So bad thing is with the seeder, it kicks this stuff up. Again, I would like it to be buried a little better than that. Again, that's kind of why I'm looking at a different seeder. I'll tell you guys, I'd really like to try a Woods Precision Super Seeder. It's got a lot more to it. That's, I don't know, it works really good. I love that seeder. I've had a bunch of them. That's probably the third or fourth one I've had. They always perform. They always seed really good. But the Woods Precision Seeder, it has another cutter on it underneath the belly, and I believe that's what it drives on. So mine has spikes in the front, a cultipacker in the back, and it drops the seed in between. Well, a Woods has the spikes, or you can get discs or whatever you want. I would get the spikes, and then it has driving discs or a driving spike in the middle, and it drops the seed in between those two, I believe, and it has a cultipacker. So you're kind of opening the ground a little more. I'd really like to have that thing drop seed in front of the spike wheels in the front, and then let it work it in, and then let the cultipacker pack it back in, because what you're doing right there, you're dropping the seed, and the cultipacker's kind of windrowing and pressing some of it in, but you really need something to agitate it in the ground. The the drop cups need to be in front of the spike wheels. So you might look at a Precision Super Seeder. And the nice thing is I do natives every once in a while. They're a real pain in the butt. Most guys don't even do natives because they suck. But I figured I'd talk to you guys and show you the project. As I was cleaning up, I told the builder I'm probably gonna pull stuff up. He said, put it on the driveway, I'll come and get it. Okie dokie. And remember, this is a bird job. I call them bird jobs because the guys go, how cheap, how cheap, how cheap. Sound like a bird. Anyways, I know it probably wasn't funny, but the Precision Super Seeder, so mine has one seed box. You can get a small seed box, but it mitigates, it drops seeds so slow, so at such a small rate, it's not worth having. At least for me, not for the stuff I do. But the woods, you can put, it's got a native seed box. You get 3 different seed boxes. A native seed box, a lagoon seed box, or small seed box, whatever you want to call it. Every company calls it something different. And then you can get your normal warm season. So you have a warm season, cool season, and a small grass. So, but this turned out really nice. I'm glad I brought an extra bag of seed. It started to spit and sputter the last 2 runs right in the middle of that. So I'm really glad I brought at least an extra bag. I brought what I told him it needed, and that's like bare bones. And then normally I bring an extra bag, because what I do is I'd come in and hand work all this. He said not to worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. So at that point I should have backed up in there. Now, I'm not carrying them rocks around the front. He can do that. Remember, he's cheap. But I backed into here, got that, all that. I'll carry his dang piece of siding. Anyways, but it turned out really good. Looks good. If it gets a little bit of water on it, it'd be great. I'm gonna try down the tractor, and then I'm gonna kick the irrigation system on and let it run. That way, if it rains, fine. If not, at least the seed gets watered in. It can run a cycle, and I'll just set it to water every day, and if he doesn't want to water it every day, he can come over and turn it off. But anyways, all right guys, I hope you liked the video. Again, if you have any questions about seeding with a Landpride seeder, let me know. Maybe I can help you out. I would definitely say put the paddle kit in it, or the agitator extensions. If you end up buying one, just buy them. They're like 35 bucks. It does help with getting the seed work through the cups. But I am definitely going to get the tractor tied down just in case it starts raining, so I don't have to be in the rain doing it. And then if the irrigation system doesn't get turned on, I'll come back later. All right, see you guys. Have a good one.